Looking east, away from the city, you can see another impressive feat of British engineering, the Thames Barrier. It's one of the largest movable flood barriers in the world. It's been protecting London for more than 30 years.
The original design criteria was to protect against a 1 in 1,000 floods in the year 2030.
So where were you? Over there.
So they used the data they had available and they projected that into the future. They built extra safety margins in, and it looks like we'll be okay until 2070. The barrier is composed of 10 gates, the largest of which are 3,300 tonnes, approximately a third of an Eiffel Tower's worth of metal in each one, and they rotate into position. The barrier protects against an area of land with about 1.25 million people. If you're walking along the south bank, if you can imagine another 3.5 metres of concrete obstructing your view, that's what the barrier protects against.
The Port of London has been a centre for trade since Roman times. By the 1800s, it was the busiest port in the world, and a series of huge enclosed docks were built, surrounded by high walls, to protect cargo from thieves and pirates. The docks stretch from Tower Bridge to City Airport, and the Museum of London Docklands is preserving the history of this crucial trading hub.
The building we're sitting in is built in 1802. When it was built, it was the biggest warehouse in the world. The Romans put a settlement.
There's a whole load of development behind that.
After the Romans, all throughout history, there's always been lots and lots of trade. There was loads and loads of pirates here. In actual fact, there's a gibbet cage in the museum. And he wasn't executed in the gibbet cage. He was hung, and then he would have been cut down, and then he would have been put into the gibbet cage. And there was accounts of 45 bodies hanging right along the foreshore. So as the shipping were coming in, it was like a deterrent. You behave yourself, or otherwise this is going to happen to you. Warehouses played a very important part in the war, because if you knock out the infrastructure and you can't starve the nation out. Now you can imagine the ferocity of the bombing, and sometimes you had the sugar going up and catching light, and then at the very end of the buildings you had the rum going up and catching light, and it would actually make slag toffee, and all the children would be drowned the following morning, scooping it up and taking it home.
Good.
You can come to this area and you can walk around and you can see where all these things happen.
That must be West End there.
The East End docks have undergone major redevelopment in recent decades.
Oh no, because the train
largest exhibition
must be a lot further out. The train didn't
King
come
George
beside the
V dock
Thames.
has become the grounds for City Airport.
London XL
The
is
Royal Albert dock to the north of the airport is next for redevelopment.
Royal Albert Dock used to be the commercial centre for the British Empire. It used to come from Argentina and other places, and it went on trains into London. But this was the meat store when the meat first came off the ships. This is going to be an Asian business. Companies from Asia will be able to set up their headquarters and trade into Europe.
Yeah, because this is the docks, this is the Thames here, isn't it? This is obviously built.
Business leaders will be able to attend meetings in Paris and within 2 hours be back at their desks here in London. When this complex is finished, there will be 20,000 people employed in this area. And we'll be invigorating this area, we'll bring it alive again. It really is going to be very exciting.
Right, you want to put your thing in there now?
Down below, the River Lee flows into the Thames on its northern bank, after rising near Luton more than 40 miles away. The lower River Lee Valley has a rich history of engineering innovation, with more industrial achievements at small geographical size than anywhere else in the world.
The history of this area, of course, has been about entrepreneurs and innovators. It was agricultural.
Put the boat in there. That's a bit tasty.
Just across the way here is where the biggest this place, of course.
That's a bit tasty.
Do you see these chaps? Oh, they've been what are they doing?
Where we're looking?
Down here, these chaps, what are they doing?
Oh, they're on those ski things, are they?
I suppose they would be.
Yeah, there's a wire.
Gizmos we have today. Simple device.
They launch from this pad here, and it starts on a wire. You see the wire trailing behind them now. There's a wire that runs out to that that landing thing there, there'd be a square of it going round. You can see the cable hanging in the air above here.
India Pile was invented
So you can do stunts on those.
by George Hodgson. So we've got a lot to thank the Lee Valley for.
Wakeboard.
Next to the Emirates Air London is the Crystal, a building owned and operated by Siemens that was designed to be one of the greenest in the world. The Crystal showcases sustainable development and contains the world's largest permanent exhibition of its kind.
Yeah, original. Yeah, right, absolutely.
We are in one of the most sustainable buildings in the world. It demonstrates innovative technologies to do with generating energy by solar and ground source heat pumps. Even the water of the toilet is being recycled. This exhibition showcases existing technologies and innovation, and also it stimulates discovery. It tries to make people imagine how their city might look by the middle of this century.
That's about the size of one that used to be in London.
Thank you for flying the Emirates Airline. Exit here for the Exo Exhibition Centre, Victoria Docks and the DLR. Oyster, return and single ticket holders, please alight here and exit to the left.
That was quick.
Didn't take long, did it?
It was quick. It was really good.
Got a view to see what's happening.